There is a petition going around to remove Vanessa and Nick Lachey as hosts. People are so sickened and disgusted with Vanessa's actions on the reunion. What's up, everyone? It's Chicks in the Office with Rhea and Fran, giving you that Friday energy on a Wednesday. Hopefully everyone is having an amazing start to their week. Just a reminder, tickets are still on sale for Tampa and Minneapolis, so you can get those at the link in the description. Denver people, I know you guys are asking, when are those tickets going on sale? We're working on it. As soon as we get the answer, you guys will be the first to know, and we're super excited for the tour. How's everyone doing today?
Good.
Good?
Yeah. I'm sleepy today.
Oh, me too.
I just had the Tuesday. I made the
Tuesday?
Yeah. I made the mistake of, everyone's, you know what must be nice for the people listening to our show? Because, like, we talk about what day we're recording, but then they're like, oh, we're already a day later, you know? I had an instance where I woke up this morning and, morning early and, like, got up, went to the bathroom, was, like, moving around in my bathroom, felt awake, but I didn't really have anything to do. So I was like, I'll just get back in bed. And then I fell back asleep, and it was the worst thing that I could have done because it just made me more tired.
Sometimes
I just needed to get up and start my day, and I didn't do it.
Sometimes naps make you more tired, which is why I have cut napping out of my life unless I'm severely hungover. Yeah. And then the napping fits, but I'm a big napper. Yeah. I love naps, but for the past couple months, I've been cutting it out because I always end up more tired afterwards. So I get what you're feeling. It's a sleepy day. It's a Tuesday. It was just like feels like Monday, but also feels like Thursday.
And I woke up and could have just started my day, and I didn't. And then when I woke up and was like, ugh, now because in my mind I was like, I'm gonna get up. I got all these things to do. I've got errands to run, and then I did absolutely nothing.
Today's a wash. Just throw it up as a wash.
Completely unproductive day.
Sometimes those days happen. Yes. You just throw it away. You go, today's a wash.
I know.
I have something to talk about, which I cannot wait to talk about it until Friday. I just can't.
Okay.
I just cannot. Francesca.
Okay.
Where have the after movies been my entire life? Why was I so late to watching these damn movies?
Yeah.
I watched the first one last night. Francesca.
Yeah.
The reaction, I should have filmed myself watching this movie. I couldn't believe, like, oh my God, the chemistry, the intensity, unbelievable film.
I love that, like, just like because they're adaptions from books also. So I love that you're just like years behind the book trends, and now you're just eons behind
behind everything.
After movies.
I just started reading Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, which is, I'm years behind, but that's okay.
It is totally okay. At least you're getting to experience it.
And I feel like a freaking fool because
I'm jealous that you're getting to do this for the first time again.
We had Hero on the show, and I
twice
had never seen.
Once just me and him.
Yeah. Ooh. I did think about that last night. I was like,
no wonder
I was like, oh, okay.
No wonder she did that interview by herself.
When I couldn't do it because of this fucking movie. And I was like, I feel like a freaking fool that I haven't seen these films while we interviewed him. And now I understand. Like, I understand the fan base. I understand it. Like, oh my God. I can't express enough just oh my God to this movie.
And there's so many things.
As soon as it started off and she was like off to college, I was like, why has nobody pushed this on me further? Because I'm somebody who eats up a coming of age, moving into college, a little romance story. I love that stuff. Nobody like pushed this upon me.
Wait until you get to the later ones.
I can't believe it. I was like, all right, she's got to have sex at some point. Like, I was like, all right, like, speed this up, woman. Yeah. And then he freaking, I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to spoil it for the people who haven't seen it, but what a twist. Yeah. What a shock. Unbelievable movie.
Dylan Sprouse is in the second one.
Yeah, he was in the first. I cannot wait to watch the second one tonight.
Third one?
So be it. Yeah. It's Marty's birthday. We're going to dinner.
HBD Marty, we're watching.
He was into it after We Collided.
Is the second one.
He was into it last night. We're going to a fancy dinner for his birthday tonight. There's the usual dinners, but this one is like you have to legit dress up and like It's a piano bar. Like you have to wear it's the nine.
Yeah.
Oh, it's called the Nines.
It's called the
I could
Nines,
say what it is. It's called the Nines. And so you have to dress in the Nines. So I'm really excited.
Yes. You look beautiful. You're gonna fit
thank
right
you.
in.
Thank
Yes.
you. But
I hope you see somebody like fancy.
Bless you.
Like I feel like there's a chance you could see somebody
maybe, who knows?
fancy there.
Who knows? But I'm going to be thinking about the after movie to get home and watch the film.
The after movies were like the perfect, because they always kind of came out around like holidays, or they would be released to DVD or whatever. It's DVD, straight to on demand.
DVD.
Yeah,
They were released
The first
on
one
DVD.
came out that long
VHS.
ago. No.
Yeah, it came out on VHS. The first one
no.
came out in 2019.
Yeah, no, it was just like straight to like on demand, but you could rent them, and I would always, it'd be like go to like, oh, I'm home for this holiday and I've got nothing to do, and I'm gonna put on one of these movies. I watched. I mean, I was a little bit behind to it too. I read the books on my Kindle. I don't know if anybody experiences this, who I've made the switch back and forth from book to Kindle back to books. I've done it many times. But when I was in my heavy Kindle phase, I felt like I was reading a lot, but I almost like forget what I read, if that makes sense, because I didn't have the physical book in front of me. So when you have the book in front of you, you are always looking at the cover. The cover's going everywhere with you. You're traveling with it. And so on my Kindle, like I'm just going, I'm like, I can't even remember some of the titles of the stuff, and I've had to go back and look to see. But I'm pretty sure, and sometimes with those series, like you just get so into it and you fly through them so fast, which is what I did. And then the movies kind of did the same thing, and then they just keep putting out more movies.
Well, I was watching the movies and I was like, damn, I kind of wish I read the books first. But now here's my issue.
No, you don't have
Here's
to.
my issue. I'm watching this movie and I am thoroughly enjoying what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
But then I'm getting frustrated because I remember there's 4 movies. And I'm like, oh my God, the roller coaster that I'm going to be brought on. I couldn't even deal with the roller coaster in the first movie.
Right.
I couldn't even deal with the up and down. I just wanted them to be together so bad. I couldn't deal with the fucking up and down in the first movie. How am I going to make it through 4 movies of them up and down, up and down?
And I was going to say that I wanted to look it up first, but there's 5.
5 movies?
After Everything hasn't come out yet.
5 movies?
So After Everything, in August of 2022, it was announced that production was completed on a secret sequel to the film series. Though no details were revealed, it was stated that the film's title and that principal photography had recently wrapped. Langford and Feinstein will reprise their roles as Tessa and Hardin respectfully. So I think it's like a pre-movie. The plot will detail a larger.
If it's called After Everything, why would it be pre?
I don't know.
And they're older now.
I don't know, because sometimes it's very confusing. In June of the same year, the filmmaker stated that she would continue work on the film series after first completing principal photography on an original script centered around love story. Based on the novella of the same name, the plot will revolve around Hardin Scott's life before he met Tessa. The project will detail a larger conversation with a more expanded plot, including the character's trauma and family life, as the film will portray the character at a younger age. Hero will not reprise the role. But I'm like, is that something different than I don't know.
Listen, give me all the movies with these 2 because I am hooked. I am loving it. I am so happy that I randomly decided to watch this. I was like, I just need like a good romance movie in my life. And popped up. I said, I got to watch this shit. I got to give this a try. Everyone's always talking about how good it is. Not enough for me to, I guess, watch it at the time. But I'm sold. And so much so, I had to bring it up before Friday.
You got to watch the before movies now.
Honestly, I had that thought when I was watching this. I was like, this feels like when Noah found all those movies.
Yeah. And realized he just like missed the first one.
Oh man, I love it though. I love it. I love it. I love it.
It's the way that they just like announce things with these movies. It's hard to keep track of because there's just so many of them, and then I get confused. Like after I watch a new one, I'm like, well, is that because they end on cliffhangers, so it's like, oh, now there's got to be another one. It kind of like they just keep making them. But I think they filmed like they did, like the kissing booth and stuff where they did the movies like at the same time.
It kind of reminded me of a lightened version of Tell Me Lies. Like the people weren't as big of assholes in after.
Right.
But still it was there. It was college. They were college life.
Yeah.
I'm like, do people actually act like this in real life? Like, are people that fucking mean?
I've never encountered it in real life.
I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But amazing movie.
Good stuff. Welcome.
Good stuff.
It's
Thank
good.
you for having me. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into the rest of the topics. We are going to be talking about the petition to remove Vanessa and Nick Lachey as hosts of Love is Blind. Timothée Chalamet and Kylie Jenner are confirmed dating. Anthony Bass, baseball player who is married to Sydney Bass, who is Jesse James Decker's sister, had a weird little thing on Twitter where he tweeted about how she was asked to pick up
Jesse
their
James
kids.
Also posted on Instagram too.
I was gonna get. We
yeah,
were gonna talk about it on the topic, but he posted on Twitter about how Sydney was asked to pick up her child's mess on a United flight, and the internet is outraged about this in both ways. Some agree, some disagree, and there has been an announcement of a new Love Island spinoff, Love Island Games, which will include people from UK, US, and Australia. It is basically the Love Island Olympics. So let's get into the topics. Game Time is the exclusive ticketing partner of Barstool Sports. Created by fans for fans, Game Time is the ticketing app that makes it easier than ever to score last-minute deals on tickets to sports, concerts, and shows, and they guarantee the lowest price. I cannot wait to see Drake and 21 Savage this summer, thanks to Game Time. Also may throw in a little Billy Joel action. Who knows what else? We love using Game Time to see our favorites in concert, any show, also sporting events that you want to hit. They are also there for that. It's all possible with Game Time. The biggest last-minute price drops can be found on the seats you thought you could never buy. The purchase process takes just 2 taps and 10 seconds, and once you buy your tickets, they're delivered directly to your phone. No printer needed. The app also allows you to easily share tickets with friends via text, so you can get into the game seamlessly. Skip the hassle and enjoy the moment. Download the Game Time app or go to the website, enter your email, and redeem code CHICKS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms do apply. All right, we did talk about the Love is Blind reunion already from Monday's episode, but now there is a petition going around to remove Vanessa and Nick Lachey as hosts of Love is Blind because people are so sickened and disgusted with Vanessa's actions on the reunion. I have now watched, and I am now in full agreement. There's videos all over TikTok that are so hilarious of Nick Lachey's face when Vanessa's talking, and you could just like tell in that moment he's like, what the fuck is she saying? Like, people are like, was she drunk? Is that just her personality? What was going on? She was all over the place. You're right, she didn't let Nick speak at all, and then when Nick did speak, she was like, ooh, daddy's talking. It's like, yeah bitch, he's also the host of the show, of course he's gonna get a word in. Wild.
It was, like I said, I'm not gonna lie, I felt a little bit of joy. Joy's the wrong word, because joy makes me sound kind of evil.
Yeah, that sounds like joy. You're rooting for someone to lose their job.
But joy about the joy of people agreeing with you.
Yes, that's good joy.
You know, like the joy of,
you're like, you feel justified.
Yes. That's really what I mean. Of like, because I was able to watch it Sunday night and so many people weren't. So it's like opinions were floating around Sunday night. When we recorded Monday morning, they were floating around, but now it feels like everybody's watched. And then all day on Twitter on Monday, like Vanessa Lachey was trending on Twitter. Honestly, some very funny tweets, but it was bad enough that clearly she felt the need to send Paul flowers and apologize. Like, Paul posted a story where it was like, thanks, and like tagged Vanessa Lachey, that she must have sent apology flowers for how she was acting. So I don't know if she just cares so much about the show, like she gets so heated, she gets so into it, like she can't hold back her opinions, but it was really crazy, and the general public seems to really not want the two of them to continue hosting this show. And I have to agree, they got to figure it out. They have to have a better, at least somebody to do the reunions. They drop the ball every reunion. The reunions could be so good. And I already told you why I think like the reunions need to be filmed earlier, but a better host would make those reunions so much better.
They should have Andy Cohen come in for the reunions.
He would crush it.
I'm sure there's some sort of deal that they can pull off to have him come in and do the reunion, or somebody else that has done this type of job before.
Yeah.
Vanessa and Nick, they're not cut out for this shit. For the reunion, they could do the hosting. They could pop in every 5 episodes to jump in.
And look, Vanessa is a host. Like Vanessa has been a host. It's been her career for a long time, all dating back to TRL when she was just Vanessa Minnillo. Like, and she's been doing it for a long time. And it's just the fit with this show. It doesn't work.
She could host the show. It's just more about the conversation at the reunion. Yeah. She's not holding a good conversation at the reunion. She's wacky.
Yeah, it was too much.
Yeah, I love a wacky person, but
it was too
much.
For
the reunion, it was a little much.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it out of the sake of being like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, oh my God, Vanessa Lachey is outside of her mind right now during this reunion. It's kind of entertaining. But at the same time, you're like, all right, I feel like we're not getting the questions answered that we need. She's pressing certain people and not the others. You're right. It did kind of seem like she was nicer to Jackie than she was Marshall. I don't know what's going on there with Jackie and Marshall either. Like I can't figure out what the hell went down when she asked him if he called her a term while they were signing the marriage papers, and now Jackie's released the text.
Jackie's posted a shit ton of texts.
He claims he didn't. I feel like they said things back and forth to each other.
Right.
You know? Like in my head, I have the words in my head what they called each other, but neither of them. I
get what you're saying. I also think Jackie like alluded to that a lot with what she said about Marshall during the actually on air.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes. And so I think that she said that to him, and then he made a comment back. And it's one of those, like, I could say things to you, but you can't say them back to me. I think that's what happened with Jackie and Marshall, where it's like, I could joke with you, but you can't joke with me.
Yeah.
So that whole situation's a mess.
Yeah, it definitely.
Jackie just has, like,
we gotta let that go.
Yeah, like, I understand wanting to get your side of the story out, but at the end of the day, there's a time where you just go, gotta let it go. If people think what they want to think, if her and Josh are happy, just be happy with Josh. You and Marshall, it's been a year now, you're over it, like move past it, whatever happened. Because the more you add, the more people are going to go again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, then people want more answers and more answers.
Yeah.
So she's just adding fuel to the fire.
And I don't want this to come across the wrong way, but Jackie did claim on her story, she said that they fought to be at the reunion, but Netflix said that they couldn't be there because of threats against Jackie and Josh, and for their safety and everyone else's safety, they couldn't be there. And that is the crazy level of doing reality TV that happens when it should really never happen, because once again, it is reality TV. If you are sending threats of physical harm and death threats to people you're watching on TV, like, get a life. Like, it's just like the weirdest thing ever. I can't imagine anybody I know doing something like that. So it's crazy. But on a show like this, where there's so many polarizing people, I'm sure so many people have gotten some bad messages. Like, you're telling me Irina was able to go to the show and talk and be there, and Jackie and Josh weren't? Like, Irina, the shit people were saying about Irina after those like first 5 episodes came out were some of the craziest, like, worst shit I've seen on the internet in a while.
Yeah.
Like, the words people were calling, like, things people were calling her and things people were saying about her were really, really bad. And I could only imagine what her messages and things look like were probably tenfold that. So it's like, if she can go to the reunion.
Yeah, it is a little confusing.
You know, I'm just like,
because you don't want
to. What's happening there?
Yeah.
And I'm sure a lot of the contestants get crazy fucking messages. And I don't know, maybe it was just that much worse for Jackie and Josh, or it's just something that they're, you know, I personally do not really trust anything Jackie says.
Yeah,
that's how I feel about it.
I agree with that. I do believe they were getting death threats. I mean,
100%.
Me and Marty get death threats.
No,
like, it's
I
crazy.
100%
but like,
believe that, but I don't know. I don't know, like,
but I don't
where
know
that stops them from participating
I don't know where
in the reunion.
where Netflix comes in and says, you guys can't come because you're getting death threats. Because the other cast, like, that's how crazy the internet is, that like, just if you're on a show in general, whether you did something wrong or whether you were a great person, like, people are just fucking
it's
disgusting
absolutely wrong
and crazy on the internet.
People are psychos, but you're telling me like Irina and Micah didn't get terrible shit sent to them? Like, I'm sure they did. It's terrible.
Right. And it was a little confusing. And once again, I don't want to take away the fact that because it's awful that they were getting death threats. They shouldn't be getting death threats at all just because Jackie broke up with Marshall and wants to be with Josh. Like, or Micah and Irina were mean girls. They shouldn't be getting death threats.
It's fun to talk about. It's reality TV. It's a shock factor. But at the end of the day, like, these are people. They just take it too far. It's real people. They don't deserve harm.
Yeah. But Jackie posting saying they couldn't go because they were getting death threats, took it down, then reposted and said Netflix wouldn't allow them to go.
Yeah.
So I do wonder if Netflix was like, hey, for the safety, don't come.
Yeah.
I wonder.
It's very.
I don't.
It's
know.
very possible. Now, I mean, Netflix could have gotten some kind of like ridiculously awful threat from like, hey, if you have these people at the reunion.
Yeah, you never know. Somebody could have
threatening the whole group. You know, it's like you never know, and they have to take all those things seriously.
You have to. There are so many insane people on the internet. Like, you really just never know what these people are capable of.
Selfishly, I just really wish Jackie and Josh were there because, like Marshall said, he was kind of really robbed of like two experiences and not being able to like fully get the closure and have that conversation in person. I think was unfortunate for him, big time.
I agree. I think that Jackie is
and vice versa. I think Jackie and Marshall should have been able to talk.
One of the least emotionally mature people we've ever seen on this show.
Yeah.
Like, she didn't handle, from what we've seen, she claims that things were edited in a different way. Who knows? But from what we saw, not great.
Yeah. And I also think like it's telling when I don't really know the full dynamic of all the girls and like who's friends with who and like who still talks and whatnot. But obviously the couples like still were hanging out, the couples that got married. But Marshall went on Nick's podcast. And when I saw the post, I looked at the comments and like Micah commented so fast, like, love Marshall, he's the best, like something along those lines, where it was like you kind of can tell how you feel about the situation with how the other people are reacting to it, because obviously they're closer to it than we are.
Yeah, who knows? I think that, like they were saying, it's like everyone's past it. So
yeah, that's unfortunately why the reunion like doesn't get a lot of zingers. Like, it's just because when people are asked questions, they're like, we've moved past that. It's like, well, we haven't.
Right. They gotta adjust that.
This spring, you need nutritious, convenient meals to energize you for warmer, active days and keep you on track reaching your goals. Factor, America's #1 ready-to-eat meal kit, can help you fuel up fast with ready-to-eat meals delivered straight to your door, so you'll save time, eat well, and tackle everything on your to-do list. So maybe you're a little busy to cook this spring. With Factor, you can skip the trip to the grocery store and skip the chopping, the prepping, the cleaning up. It's so easy. It's fresh, never frozen meals that are ready in just 2 minutes. So all you have to do is heat and enjoy. Then you can go back outside, enjoy the weather. It's getting nice out. So if you're looking for a calorie conscious option this spring, you can try the delicious dietitian approved calorie smart meals with around or less than 550 calories per serving. They also deliver delicious flavor packed options on the menu each week to fit a variety of lifestyles, from keto to calorie smart, vegan and veggie, and protein plus. Prepared by chefs and approved by dietitians, each meal has all the ingredients you need to feel satisfied all day long while meeting your goals. They have 34 plus chef-prepared, dietitian-approved weekly options, so there's always something new to try. Plus, you can round out your meal and replenish your snack supply with an assortment of 45 plus add-ons, including breakfast items like egg bites, smoothies, and more. So if you want to cut back on takeout, get Factor instead. Not only is Factor cheaper than takeout, but meals are ready faster than restaurant delivery in just 2 minutes. So head to factormeals.com/chicks50 and use code chicks50 to get 50% off your first box. That's code chicks50 at factormeals.com/chicks50 to get 50% off your first box.
Moving on, apparently Timothée and Kylie Jenner are confirmed dating. We did talk about this last week. We've already said our thoughts on the two of them dating, but now it is confirmed that they are in fact dating.
Yeah.
Will they be at the Met Gala together? That's my question. Are we going to see Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet pose at the Met Gala together? Because I need a photo of them two standing next to each other. Maybe not on the carpet itself, but inside.
I thought maybe there would be something from Coachella. Was Kylie there?
Yeah, she posted a thing on Instagram.
Yeah, she was. Okay. But so like this all started from Entertainment Tonight posted. Entertainment Tonight is moving fast these days. You know, they did Taylor and Joe breakup, and so then they posted a source.
Maybe Kris Jenner has moved from E to Entertainment Tonight.
A source has confirmed to Entertainment Tonight that they have been dating. It's not all that serious right now. They are keeping things casual at this point. It's not serious, but Kylie is enjoying hanging out with Timothée and seeing where it goes. It's been really fun for her because it feels a lot different than her past relationships. It's new and exciting for Kylie, and she's having a lot of fun. Neither star has addressed the romance publicly, nor have they stepped out together in any official capacity. Kylie decided she didn't want to make things public with Timothée this past weekend at Coachella, the source explains, and really just wanted to chill and have fun with her friends. As for how they met, maybe her sister Kendall Jenner has something to do with it. Timothée is also friends with Kendall, the source notes, so it's been easy for Kylie to integrate him into her life. And that's all we got on that. Those are the only details, that they are just casually seeing each other.
And we talked about it last week, and I don't have anything else to add to this. I want to see a photo
Now
of
it just
them two
feels
together.
legit. I know. I can't
wanna
wait to see the
picture
first
of
one.
these two together. Until then, we don't know how to feel. I need to see them together.
I know, because as of right now, it's just like
Timothée with
it's
his
just
hand on her ass.
It's just photos of her car like down the street from like his like it's or her car on his driveway or his car around, like they're just like that's their car and that's
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, who do you think's more famous? Timothée Chalamet
Kylie
or
Jenner.
No. Easily Kylie Jenner. Timothée Chalamet or Travis Scott? I think Travis Scott, but
Travis Scott, I think, for not the right reasons.
Yeah, he just also has like
I just feel like music.
His name has been on a lot of things like shoes and McDonald's.
And when you have like an absolute disaster like Astro World, that makes international news all over the place.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I would say Travis.
Yeah.
I thought one of the articles was funny where it was like Kylie Jenner's car and Kylie Jenner's scene arriving to Timothée Chalamet's house. She didn't look confused. She looked like she knew where she was going.
Yeah, you're right. Looks like she's been there before.
Yeah, like they could see it on her face. Like she's not looking at the GPS. Like
it's kind of hilarious.
Am I making a right here?
It's like you're asking the paparazzi to be like, did she look like she knew where the front door was? It's
unreal.
Yeah, so obviously they're going to be followed very closely for the next few weeks because they're going to be fighting over who gets that first photo of them.
I want a Met Gala picture. Quick little thing.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Love Island Games is coming. It's US, UK, and
I'm
Australia.
pumped about this.
All the people from those shows combined into one. It is the
Bachelor Winter Games.
Yeah, it's the Love Island Olympics apparently. It's Paradise, it's Bachelor Winter Games, whatever you want to call it. They're doing the Love Island version, and I think it's a great idea. Now,
Shout out Peacock. They're doing it on Peacock, by the way.
Here's the thing. We have been in this spot before where we heard, oh my God, Netflix is combining all the people from their reality shows and making a perfect match. Like, can't wait for this show. It's all dud. Absolute dud. Love Island can't let us down like this.
No, I think Peacock is also better. They'll be like Love Island. I think they'll be faster, obviously, because it's Love Island with having things happen in real time.
But we need also somebody who's good with games, because we've seen the games on Love Island and they suck. So if this is going to be called Love Island Games, we're going to need somebody from the challenge to come in who creates those games and incorporate them into Love Island Games, because we can't do a little pie challenge and a heart rate. You know what I mean? Like we need to step it up. If this thing's going to be called Love Island Games, we need good games.
But it'll still be about connections, because they're bringing all fan favorite Islanders. So it's Love Island Games will give fan favorite Islanders a second shot at love. The Islanders will compete in a series of team and couple based games, all while facing the usual Love Island challenges of navigating dating, eliminations, recouplings, and dramatic new arrivals. The cast has yet to be announced, but it is said to feature an international cast with former Islanders from the US, UK, Australia, and more. Are there more Love Islands? There probably are.
Probably. Did you know how many Love is Blind there are?
Yes.
There's Love is Blind Japan.
Yes.
There's Love is Blind, I think, maybe Australia I saw. I was like, I got to watch some of this. I'm sure it's just as good.
The series will air in the fall of 2023 after season 5 of US Love Island wraps up on Peacock.
Who's hosting?
Yeah. It does not say. I mean, I guess you could just have Sarah. Sarah Hyland could do it. She's the host of Love Island US. So I guess it would be something like that. But Love Island Game. Oh, there's actually 26 versions of the series internationally of Love Island.
Put them on Hulu.
I got so many more to watch.
Put them all on Hulu.
How many? I'm going to Google that. How many Love Islands are there? Love Island franchise. Currently airing franchise. Franchise with an upcoming season. Australia. Current airing franchise. Canada.
Love Island Canada, I bet, is good.
Czech Republic. Denmark. Oh, some of these are franchise no longer airing. Denmark no longer airing.
I feel like Canada would be boring.
Finland, France, Germany,
like
Greece, Hungary, Israel, Italy, Malta, Netherlands, New Zealand, Nigeria, Norway, Poland, Romania, Spain, South Africa, Sweden. Some of these have ended quickly. UK, obviously, and US.
Do you think that Ekin-Su and Davide are still together?
That's a good question. I haven't really seen anything about them.
I was on her page the other day. I noticed, the last time they posted was like a month or so ago, but I was like, apparently they were spotted crying, or Ekin-Su was crying somewhere.
I was more focused on, you didn't watch this season, but Millie and Liam were spotted hanging out. And they're rumored to have gotten back together, which doesn't really happen often.
Yeah, you don't see the couples getting back together.
There's not a lot of getting back together in the Love Island.
No, like once they're done, they're like, we tried. It's over.
Yeah. And they're doing the romance retreat is a Love Island that they're doing in the UK for midlife single parents, where they'll be nominated by their adult children. ITV has begun casting for a dating show for single parents. The contestants on the romance retreat will be nominated by their adult children to search for love at a Love Island-style villa. A take on Love Island for older contestants has been rumored for months. I guess they're doing it, and it's going to be ITV. That seems to be something that they're doing. But there's obviously 9 million ways to spin off this. Yeah. They've been casting for The Bachelor senior show for like 4 years. So I don't know if that's something
I don't know if that'll ever be made.
Gonna happen. But you put all those people together on one show. Like, I really hope with Love Island Games they're able to really get all the big hitters. I need Maura. I need, who else is single? Australia, there's some good ones.
Basically bring back everybody from season 5 of Love Island UK.
Yeah.
I think they're all single.
Yeah.
Besides Tommy and Molly May.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're in other relationships. Lucy's with the Justin Bieber look-like from the year after.
Yep. They're getting married.
It's a shame.
What's the one? What's her name that I forget?
You had a big shot there. Amber?
No. The one with the recoupling blow up.
Oh, Jordan and Anna,
yes. Like bring back
Jordan and Anna.
Exactly. Like bring back
Michael and Amber.
I want couples that like ended the show together and are broken up. I want one half to come in and then the other half to be like bombshells, really fuck shit up.
Yeah, that would be great if they just redo season 5 of Love Island UK.
It's just
Bring back all the
of them.
girls.
Sprinkle in a few new people,
and have
but
them,
really just mostly them.
Have them think it's going to be all new guys, and then you get Jordan, you get Michael, you get Ovi. You just get all the guys come back, and we just redo the season and see what happens.
It's going to be, I'm excited to see the cast because I know every single person that's been on UK, they definitely get more opportunities, and I think they, more people watch it. The folks on Australia and US are going to be clawing for a position on this show.
Yeah. The UK ones you pretty much know.
Yeah, I feel like the UK ones, it'll be like kind of obvious because they're such heavy hitters in that group. But like US, Australia, like they're going to really want their shot because they brought Australia people into this last season of UK, and obviously it worked out very well with Will and Jesse. So hopefully it works. Yeah. I'm excited. Wedding season is officially here, and it's no secret that between flights, hotels, and other expenses, the cost of attending them can be through the roof. With Indochino, your husband or boyfriend can look his best all season without breaking the bank. You can customize every detail on your suit, shirt, dinner jacket, and more in a range of colors from a traditional black or gray to burgundy or olive to a classic Hemsworth navy. Every suit is made to their exact measurements, and you can customize every detail. So create a suit that fits him and his style perfectly with options for fabrics, lapels, shape, custom monograms, statement linings, and more. They also have tuxedos starting at $579, so why have him rent an expensive tux when you could buy a custom tux that he can rewear for years to come, maybe even at your own wedding. So Indochino also offers completely custom fitted shirts, casual wear, and more, so he should have a superior wardrobe personalized to his style and taste without the luxury price tag. RSVP knowing you got the perfect look all wedding season long from Indochino. Go to Indochino.com and use code CHICKS to get 10% off any purchase of $399 or more. That's Indochino.com, Indochino.com, promo code CHICKS.
Interesting Twitter debate that went on yesterday. Anthony Bass, who's a baseball player, is married to Sydney Bass, who is Jesse James Decker's sister. Mm-hmm. And he posted a tweet on Twitter where he tagged United. And basically, I'm going to bring up the tweet so I could just read it word from word instead of...
I got it if you want me to read it. The flight attendant at United just made my 22-week pregnant wife traveling with a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old get on her hands and knees to pick up the popcorn mess by my youngest daughter. And then he wrote, "Are you kidding me?" is what he wrote.
I got a couple of questions here.
Yeah.
I have never been pregnant.
Yep.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you are pregnant or have been pregnant, and I come across offensive, I apologize because I don't know and I'm just proposing the question. This is how I feel I would act. Now, once again, I don't know. I've never been pregnant, so I don't know if I was how I would act. I think if my kid makes a mess, I'm cleaning it up immediately. Mm-hmm. Like if the popcorn is all over the floor, I'm actively picking it up. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like before it's a problem.
Yeah.
It could be on the floor and then whatever. Like I think I would be picking it up. Or if I'm Anthony here, why don't you get on your hands and knees and pick it up for your pregnant wife?
Right.
Instead of complaining.
Well, he wasn't there.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah. I thought he tweeted out.
No, that's why they made it such a big deal because she was traveling alone.
Because she was alone with two kids.
Two small kids, 5 months pregnant, high risk pregnancy. And I think just like a lot of moving pieces and instead of like the flight attendant being a little kind in the situation, it seems like they weren't from their side. You know, maybe United, the flight attendant said this in a nicer way, but they claim that the flight attendant said like, pick up every last piece.
Right. That is my question as well. It's like, was the flight attendant rude and was like, you better pick this up? Or was the flight attendant like, excuse me, could we just like clean up this mess a little bit? If she had said, you know, I'm pregnant, like I can't get on my hands and knees. If I'm the flight attendant, I go, oh, so sorry, I'll pick it up.
Right.
You know, like I feel like we need more of the story because there's so many different ways this could have went down.
The flight attendant said the popcorn was a safety hazard being on the ground.
I know.
That
part I don't get.
Yeah, no.
Because I have been on flights before.
You're just step on it.
Yeah. I've been on, it goes crunch.
Yep. just gonna get stuck in the carpet.
I've been on flights before where there have been fucking disasters next to me with kids, and nobody's cleaning. The kids aren't cleaning it up. The parents aren't cleaning it up. I always think to myself, how is the parent not like cleaning this mess up off the floor right now? Just because even if I drop a little crumb on the floor of an airplane, I just pick it up immediately because that's what my brain goes to. Yeah. But once again, like I said, I've never been pregnant. I don't know what it's like to be 5 months pregnant, to be bending down and picking up popcorn.
Yeah.
I don't know why it got to the point where the flight attendant had to say to her to pick up popcorn. Messes happen all the time on the airplanes. I think they do a sweep after.
I've seen.
So I'm all over the place on this tweet.
I
also would just never tweet about it.
I know. When you walk off a
that's
plane,
what it is. It's like I just would never bring this to Twitter because it seems like one of those things where it's like, was it that? If he tweeted, the flight attendant told my wife to go fuck herself.
Like Jessie, like her sister made a whole big thing about it because she posted on her Instagram story.
If they said the flight attendant was so rude and said, hey, you go fuck yourself and pick up the popcorn, okay, you tweet about it. But if the flight attendant just nicely asked, can you pick up this popcorn? I feel like you don't tweet about that. So I'm very confused. How about you guys? What do you guys think about this? I'm so confused.
I just, I think that emotions are high, and I think Sydney in that moment was very upset about it, and I'm assuming her reaction is what stemmed her husband and her sister to want to go public with it because they felt so bad for her in the moment. I can't imagine I can't imagine traveling. Like I see parents that are on planes with their small kids all the time. I just had it coming back from Savannah. I felt so bad for this mom. Her kid was screaming bloody murder the whole flight. Like the kid would not calm down. I felt and that is, and when you're in that position, like there's really not much you can do, and your emotions are heightened. You're stressed out, and to have like the flight attendant come up to you and be like, fucking pick this up, or like whatever that she said to her, I'd probably snap too. I'd be like, ah.
Right. I agree with that.
Yeah.
I just doubt the flight attendant was like really nasty about it, but once again, you don't know. They could have been.
Sometimes
flight attendants have a little attitude sometimes. They do. And TSA, they got the biggest attitude of all. So,
but going public with it, it's like, what are you trying? Are you trying to get her fired?
Yeah,
like what is your goal?
Like, right. I feel like if I'm her now, I'm like, man, I wish you never went public with this because you just added 100 times more stress to my life with now everybody knowing that I'm complaining about this. But we don't know what it's like to be pregnant with traveling alone with two kids. No. I also saw Dave's tweet where he was like,
and she's like being having a. I feel very sensitive to it too because she's been open with her. I think she's like, there's been a struggle for her. Fertility wise, they adopted their second child. And so I think like they're extremely nervous in the situation they're in right now, and hearing like her having to get on her hands and knees to be cleaning something is not necessarily what you should be doing.
It is
at that stage.
It's wild to think that the flight attendant would be like, yeah, get on your hands and knees to clean this up. If she had said to the flight attendant, I'm 22 weeks pregnant, I can't imagine the flight attendant would say, get on your hands and knees and clean up.
Or someone else would offer.
Or someone else would offer. I saw Dave's tweet where he was like, the kid's playing video games, why can't the kid pick up the popcorn?
That's a good point.
Kind of agreed with him. Yeah. Like, I think I would say to my kid, hey, do you think you can help me pick this up? And if I can sense, once again, I don't have kids, so I'm speaking from a place that I can imagine people with kids are like, Rhea, you don't know anything, so shut up.
Right.
But I imagine I would be like, hey, can you, not to my kid, not like I'm addressing someone, but I would be like, help me pick this up. And if my kid is starting to cause a problem, about to scream, I would say, what, I got it. Like if I sense that there's,
you want some candy? Clean up all the popcorn.
Right. Like I sense if there's gonna be a problem and he's gonna start screaming, I'll just do it myself.
Yeah.
But there's teaching moments for your kids. Clean up your mess.
Right.
So I kind of did it. I agreed with Dave's tweet a little bit there, but then again, you have, I think, Kevin coming in being like, you don't know what it's like to have kids.
No.
Your kid's not getting on the floor and cleaning up the popcorn.
No.
But I also think it's a teaching moment. So I don't know. I don't have kids. Okay?
No.
I don't know.
And it's like,
but your kid's on his iPad.
I know, but I just think like anybody in our situation that's like, it's a teaching moment for your child. Like, if I was a mom, I'd be like, oh, fuck you. Like, I'll teach my kid when I want to teach my kid. Like, I
get it. So you're basically just saying me.
No, I'm saying,
but
it's like.
But like I said, I don't have kids, so I don't know. But I would just think, that's just why. But also, if you are dealing with 2 kids that are causing chaos, you're probably just going to clean up yourself because you don't want your kid to start a fit. You don't know how they're going to act. They're 2 years old. You can't control a 2-year-old.
Yeah.
So
her sister posted, Jessie posted, my sister just texted me from her flight on United this
has me stressed out because I just don't know how to feel about it.
As you know, she is 5 months pregnant, high risk, and also traveling alone with her 2 small children. Blair accidentally spilled some popcorn in the aisle, and the flight attendant came up to Sydney with a trash bag and a wet wipe, telling her the captain wants her to clean up every drop. My poor sister is on her hands and knees, crying in the aisle, completely humiliated and exhausted with her children while everyone else watched. Way to go, United. I would also like to say that also falls on literally everybody else sitting around her, that nobody like volunteered to help this woman. Like,
I also doubt everybody else watched.
Right.
Like, I'm sorry, but like, you see somebody cleaning up something in the aisle of the airplane, you glance, you look away. Like, I doubt everyone's like, it's not a lunch.
But if she was like sobbing on the ground.
But if like she's on her hands and knees crying in the aisle, like, I think I would have been like, ma'am, do you need some help?
Like right. That is true. But it's not a school lunchroom where everyone's like, she's on her hands and knees. Like, I feel like that's absurd. Like, I don't know. This story to me is all over the place. This show is brought to you by BetterHelp. Getting to know yourself can be a lifelong process, especially because we are always growing and always changing. Therapy is all about deepening your self-awareness and understanding, because sometimes we don't know what we want or why we react the way we do until we talk things out. BetterHelp connects you with a licensed therapist who could take you on that journey of self-discovery from wherever you are. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. Discover your potential with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/office to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/office. I feel very bad and can feel compassionate for pregnant women who are traveling with kids alone. Like, I can't even imagine how hard it is, so I give a lot of credit to them. Like, I want that out there 100%. Can't imagine how hard it is. Mm-hmm. Going public with something, I also just, I'm like confused. If it was that bad, I get it, but also maybe just like talk to the people there. I don't know.
Her husband also tweeted, thank you everyone for the support. United Airlines is taking care of matters with the flight attendant internally.
This lady's gonna get fired.
I'm sure she wasn't gonna get fired.
Oh my God, I forgot to put mascara on. I just realized. Damn it.
You would have never known.
Mid-conversation, I felt my eyelashes. Damn it.
They're not gonna let you in there.
I know.
Yeah, but it really has blown up to where everyone is like,
what's your
God,
sense?
you need to either clean up the popcorn yourself, or yes, United, the flight attendant was wrong.
I want to know.
Me up for failure.
I want to know his stance.
If you think Noah isn't going with anything with clean up your kid's popcorn, that's.
But I'm not saying you have to clean it up, but there has to be another way than like getting on like. There has to be another way than you crying on your knees in the aisle.
I agree with that.
And then tweeting about it.
I do.
That's why I'm saying, in my mind, it feels like
excuse me.
It feels like this was just the last straw on a trip where maybe Sydney was extremely stressed out, and this was the final thing that put her over the edge. Because I can't imagine this response from this. Like, it's hard to see, but you can understand, like, traveling with 2 small kids and you're at your fucking wit's end, and then this happened and you're like, I'm gonna lose it.
Right.
And that's where I feel like we're missing the other elements.
I just think we're missing elements to both sides of the story. How rude was the flight attendant? I want to know how
did the captain even know popcorn was spilled in the aisle?
Captain's got a camera in that aisle specifically.
It sounded like
the captain would.
You don't bring the captain into a popcorn
The captain
thing.
wouldn't have known that there's popcorn spilled unless the flight attendant went and tattled to the captain that somebody spilled popcorn.
Maybe she asked her multiple times,
but that doesn't make any sense. How many times have you walked off a plane? I can think of like so many where I've walked off a plane and there was a bunch of families, there were small kids, and you're walking, you got your suitcase, you're walking up the aisle, and you look to your left, and like there's fucking Cheerios all over the ground because somebody spilled their Cheerios. Like that's how many times have you seen that happen?
Every time I'm getting off the plane, there's a mess. Every single time. But I just don't understand. Like, I'm very confused because.
You know what? When you go to London,
it made its way into the aisle and not the seat.
Spill popcorn into the aisle on your plane to London and see what happens.
I just feel like it depends. Like I also want to know, like, did she say to the flight attendant, hey, I'm 22 weeks pregnant. Yeah. Like, I really can't get on my hands and knees. And that flight attendant still said to clean it up. I could see her. Because then that's very rude. But
maybe the way she said, maybe she's like, why don't you clean up? You're the stewardess.
Yeah. I think that there's so many, or how about this? Have you ever been telling a story of something that happened to you? Because this happens to me all the time.
And exaggerate it?
And you're not really exaggerating, but you're very dramatic about it. And as you're telling it, you're like, this is nothing. Like, as you're spilling it, you're like, man, I really got worked up over nothing.
Yeah.
She could have been welling up, but she's not crying.
Maybe that's something that happened. She was very stressed out, texted her husband and sister and was like, can you believe this piece of shit asked me to clean this up? And then they got really mad, and then she was like, I'm kind of over that. Like, it was just a little blip in her evening.
I stand
where
with
she got
United.
a little mad.
Yeah.
I think there's so many elements to this situation. You could look at it in so many different ways.
Yeah, it just felt like
how did they not
it just felt like
cameras?
A story that really like exploded for something that doesn't seem
that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Like Noah said, they didn't get out a whip and like crack at her and
say,
get up, clean up your popcorn, bitch.
Yeah.
On your knees.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. And I feel like I'm being like, I'm nervous talking about this because I don't want to offend anybody who is pregnant or who has kids, because like I've repeated 10 times, we have never been in that situation. Yeah. So we won't know until it happens to us. And then maybe we might be like, fuck, this flight attendant made me pick up popcorn. So you just really, you don't know. Emotions are high. And
clearly it just took on a crazy.
It took on a life of its own.
Crazy story where I feel like probably neither of them, like Jessie and her husband, probably thought that this would
if you have a
freak out the way it did.
Big platform and you complain about something.
Yeah.
Like,
you
want people to know. You want people to see it.
Yeah, but sometimes you want people to know, but you don't want it to be like discussed on every platform on the internet for the next week.
Also, the wife took a picture of the popcorn and sent it, right?
How much was it?
And like, you could like, I imagine her being like, look how little this popcorn was. You know what I mean? Like, you're like, why did she take this picture and send it? I don't know. There's so many questions. I just, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, Sydney wrote that they had to get up at 6:15 a.m., that they were on their second flight. Blair was in a bad mood. So, like I said, there's just probably a lot of things
and that
built up to her freaking out and getting, her getting upset about it.
And that's why you have to think, was the flight attendant really that rude when she asked,
Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah, wrong place, wrong time for both of them.
We need the flight attendant to speak out.
Seriously.
This one tweet, someone chirping him. They like tweeted out his ERA and they're like, so throwing garbage runs in the family.
Jesus.
People are ruthless. Oh man.
Like I said.
But I think Sydney posted something about like eating popcorn, so like she's laughing about it.
Yeah, they were laughing about it.
But it's like, if you're laughing about it, so that means it wasn't that serious then, and then all this happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, they tweeted a picture of the kid with the huge bag of popcorn.
Yeah.
So like, does the flight attendant need to be fired? No,
and I really don't think the flight attendant's going to be fired. Like I really don't expect that to be the outcome of this story.
Something's gonna happen to them, and they're handling it internally.
No, yeah, but that's like what you say to just get somebody to fucking shut up. And then you're like, "Hey, man, we'll handle it. Like, leave us alone."
And then you tell the flight attendant, "You're fine. We just gotta fucking tell them we're handling it."
Exactly.
They seem like the type of people that keep checking in on it, though. Just checking, like, is she still?
Oh man,
crazy.
It was a funny, crazy thing on Twitter.
With all the actual bad things happening in the world.
I know.
It's nice to have a little something light thrown in there.
I know, exactly. Seriously, that's like, of all the things I will blow up and everybody's talking about, this is it.
Right. And the most extreme opinions about this.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
Like, at the end of the day, who fucking cares?
It's a little popcorn.
Yeah. Either clean it up or fucking don't. I don't care.
I know.
All right. That wraps up today's episode of Chicks in the Office. Reminder, buy those tickets in the description. We love you guys, and we'll talk to you on Friday.